What's up, crypto legends? The price of Bitcoin is getting a nice little uptrend on the lower time frames. However, on the higher time frames, we are hitting this major resistance zone, which is that April and March low. We're just kind of consolidating at that level. We're going to be analyzing the dollar index as well. It's getting a nice push to the downside, helping Bitcoin to get this small little recovery that we've had during the last 2 days. We're going to take a look at some very interesting news as well. We do have the M2 money supply that is also just about to flip. Is the money printer going to go on very, very soon? This is something that we're going to take a look at in today's episode. Now, quick reminder, guys, on Bluffing, I'm going to start doing copy trading. It is super simple to sign up. You got an insane bonus of up to $80,000 and it's no KYC. If you are interested to follow me in the next coming days, you just need to sign up, go to the top left here on copy trading and search for Andy Bitcoin Sensors when you scroll down here. Now, there's only 200 spots. Okay, I think we're already above 50. So if you want to join in as fast as possible, I'll be starting this in about 1 to 2 weeks till we get to close to 200 followers right there on copy trading. Then make sure to do so right away. Let's go right away here and start off with the dollar index, guys. This is the daily chart on the dollar index. Now, we can see that powerful engulfing bearish candle that happened just 2 days ago, where we had that double top here from the highs here of the 16th of April. Ended up in a double top, but not only that, big engulfing bearish candle closing well beneath, okay, that daily candlestick here, as you can see. So this is very bearish in the short term, no doubt. Higher time frame, yeah, the DXY is still in a very strong uptrend, but this is giving the price of Bitcoin a little bit of a relief pump, right, with this major drop that is happening here during the last few days. So a big major level of support on the DXY. If we do start consolidating at these peak highs, no doubt that that could be a reversal sign from this short-term downtrend. This is a zone that if we do start consolidating in the next coming days, then no doubt there is a possibility of the DXY to get a big bounce. Okay, that could be when the price of Bitcoin could find a local top. Now let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin, because yes, on the higher time frames, we are also hitting a little bit of a resistance zone. We do have the March and April lows, which is this blue horizontal line right there. We're currently trading above it, so it is maintaining as local support on lower time frames, which we're going to discuss right away. However, we can see these massive lows from April right over there. Okay, big level of support, which is sitting just slightly beneath the $60,000 range. This is where we are hitting the price in the last few hours, and we are struggling very much at this big support resistance, okay, as you can see here on the chart. So on higher time frames, we are struggling, no doubt, at this level here during the last 24 hours. However, if we zoom in on the lower time frames, I'm going to talk about the possible scenarios. Now, we are holding today's open, the daily open, very nicely. Just a few hours ago, we just slightly tapped it. We are in a pretty nice uptrend during the last 24 hours. So no doubt that the price of Bitcoin has an attempt to hit today's highs. Now, the question is, will we smash today's highs, or will it end up in a big double top right there locally? This is something that we need to pay attention, because the price action is looking very choppy. Seems like it is losing a little bit of steam. So I'm going to set some alerts at this high right there, just in case we get a pretty nasty wick and a big rejection. No doubt that this could be a sign of weakness and the price could start tumbling down, because we are hitting that higher time frame big major level of resistance, which is that low $60,000 range, right? As we can see here from these lows of April, we're struggling very much at that zone here on the higher time frame. We've got several 1 hourly candles, you know, tapping that level and rejecting, tapping the level and rejecting right over here. So what would be also a sign of strength is breaking above today's highs. No doubt that that is definitely an option. We are in an uptrend, so local uptrend is looking pretty good, holding the daily open, and we are currently getting above previous day value area high, which is looking pretty good for an attempt. We've got the VWAP as well. VWAP is very important for those scalpers and day traders. We're currently trying to get above VWAP. So if we do get that momentum to the upside and break to this highs from today, no doubt that the price could see some more momentum to the upside. And the strongest level of resistance that I do see here is the naked point of control from that drop that we did have here on Tuesday, right? When we do get a look at the session volume profile, we've got that high volume node. I think the price could definitely attempt to come all the way up there up to above $61,000. So a nice breakout above today's highs would mean that the price could continue to the upside very, very strongly to come all the way up here to this next level of resistance. There is quite a significant gap here of no levels of resistance. The clearest one that I do see here is that naked point of control from Tuesday, and we do have some lower highs, so the price could definitely struggle at that level, create a little bit of a swing failure pattern and a pretty decent corrective move. This is a zone that I would be interested in speculating onto some scalp shorts, maybe a day trade short, especially if the price does get a retracement and comes back up and has another attempt here and obviously failing. Okay, it's a big zone where I would be expecting a reaction on the price, looking for that possible exhaustion. I'll be very, very patient, very much understanding that this is a strong uptrend and we could go to higher levels. When the price stops there and gets that consolidation, then I am aware of a much larger reversal, right? So we need to be very, very patient as we are in this pretty nice strong uptrend that we're having here during the last 2 days. Now also the DXY, if the DXY continues dropping, that is going to give that steam. But like I said, there's going to be a resistance support flip here. We're very, very close to that level. So if we start consolidating here, stay cautious. That could be the moment where the price of Bitcoin could be finding a top. And we need to remember that, yes, this is still very much an aggressive downtrend. So we need to be very, very cautious for that lower high. Very possible if the DXY starts consolidating here in the next couple of days for that lower high and coming back down to test the lows here from Wednesday beneath $57,000. Okay, so higher time frame still. We're not out of the woods. We are forming lower highs and lower lows. Okay, we want to be very, very cautious for that potential reversal on the DXY. Now, what would be a sign of weakness, right? We are holding very nicely the daily open, the higher low support trend line. Okay, the previous day point of control, very, very nice here, getting a nice bounce of a few $100s here as we speak. If we were to lose the daily open and the March-April lows, the horizontal blue line right there, this would be a sign of weakness. No doubt I would expect the price to get a major corrective move, at least to the previous day value area low zone, talking about 50% Fibonacci as well, the equilibrium from the lows here of Wednesday to the highs here of today. And I would be looking here at this range, 50% 618 zone to start consolidating. Of course, if the price does drop and starts losing the daily open and the previous day point of control, March, April lows, it's going to be looking quite weak, okay? And this could get very aggressive. We need to understand that we are in a macro, right, downtrend looking at the higher time frames, and we need to understand that, hey, maybe we are not going to form a higher low right there at previous day value area low at 50% 618 Fibonacci. So I would wait for a consolidation, a little bit of a descending wedge locally, double triple bottoms, to realize that the bears are losing steam to even think about looking for a long position. We're going to see that weakness of the bears, the price action stopping, and once it stops, okay, and we are seeing the price consolidating here for a couple of hours, then we can attempt, okay, this looks good for the price to form a higher low. But this is the point where from a major downtrend, if you start losing some support levels, it can get very aggressive and we can come back down to the lows very, very fast, okay? So I would not be jumping in any long positions as we lose these levels. I would be very, very much cautious and patient for that consolidation. So we can see here the 618, the 50%, the previous day value area low, maintaining as support to speculate on that long. Let's go into some quick news that is going on here. Michael Saylor says you're going to see a parade of famous investors, funds, and public companies and more announce they are buying Bitcoin. So he's saying that there's a big wave of investors and companies that are going to start buying Bitcoin very aggressively. Taking a look here, the second trading day after the launch, the Hong Kong Bitcoin ETF holds now over 4,000 Bitcoin, which is pretty good. It's just over $230 million. So we are seeing those inflows coming in on the Hong Kong ETF. We have here Mr. 100 wallet has already reached 4,000 Bitcoin. He is buying the dip during the last few days. So he has been buying quite aggressively. People are actually buying the dip. So this is obviously good for a potential recovery in the next coming weeks. We have Jack Dorsey announced that each month Block will be DCAing 10% of their monthly gross profit from Bitcoin products into purchase of Bitcoin for investment. So 10% of Block, no doubt this is going to be significant amount of Bitcoin accumulation. Is allocating 10% every single month. So obviously this is bullish for the long term. And we have also, this is very, very interesting, the M2 money supply set to explode. We can see here that it's just kind of shifting, right? It is having a major shift into March, April of this year. And could this be the sign that this is going to reverse and we're going to see the money printer go on? And we know this is very bullish, like I explained on yesterday's video. It's very important for that M2, the money supply, to have a major uptrend, the money printer going on. This is why we had that major bull run in 2016, 2017, and also 2020 to 2021. So if we are going to see this in the next coming weeks and months, no doubt that we could see the continuation of the bull run. We'll be paying attention here to see if that money printer is going to start going on very aggressively. Guys, thank you very much for joining today's video update. I'll be doing a live stream in the next few hours. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, smash the like button if you enjoy the content, and check out the Bybit tutorial so you can learn to trade on that crypto exchange like a pro. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.